Ryman Hospitality Properties rang the opening bell earlier this hour. It's the parent company of the Grand Ole Opry, which is celebrating its 100th anniversary. I'm joined now by their executive chairman, Colin Reed. Colin, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you, Ashley. Good morning to you.
Good morning. What did it feel like to be up at that Bell podium to celebrate 100 years of the Grand Ole Opry?
It's an awesome experience. You know, we've had a relationship with the New York Stock Exchange now for, 35, 38 years. And it's a wonderful institution. The Opry, yes, it's 100 years old. It is the icon of country music, and we're very, very happy to be here.
The Grand Ole Opry is a household name, but for people who might not be familiar with how it works or what goes on there or its evolution throughout the past 100 years, can you walk us through that?
Yeah, it's very complicated, and we really don't have enough time to go through it in too much detail. But essentially, the Opry started 100 years ago in Nashville, Tennessee, and it had associated with it a radio station called WSM. And so artists moved from all across America to Nashville so they could play the Opry and be heard on WSM, which was a clear channel radio that went out 500 miles from Nashville. And that is how the music industry of Nashville has evolved. All these artists have moved, the management companies have moved to Nashville, the labels have come here, the artists that write music are in Nashville, and the Opry is at the epicenter of it. And today it continues, to move forward. And I would say country music today and the Opry today is probably more relevant than it ever has been. We were in London a couple of weeks ago with the Opry. First time in 100 years we've taken it outside of the United States, and the reception in Northern Europe was extraordinary. And it's such a magical institution.
Well, country music has exploded in popularity, especially over the past couple of years. Beyonce came out with a country album, Post Malone. What do you attribute that rise in popularity to?
Yeah. So what is happening, and you're holding in your right hand half the reason for this. What has happened is the music that originates in the city of Nashville is now ubiquitous. It can be heard anywhere on the planet because of iPhones, iPads, streaming, and the rest of it. And so the audience participation has just exploded all across the planet. A guy like Luke Combs, as an example, has just signed to play Wembley Stadium in England next year. 2 nights would be 150,000 people. And so people like Post Malone sees this incredible audience, growth of this incredible audience, and have sort of shifted into this genre. It's quite extraordinary.
And why do you think the Opry has remained so popular and relevant over the past 100 years?
Well, because it is the epicenter of country music, and the artists like Luke, if you go back to the 50s and 60s, artists like Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, they all moved to Nashville to be part of the Grand Ole Opry. This is still going on today. Artists move, today to Nashville to be on this platform, and it is so relevant. And I really do think that the Opry is one of the propelling forces of country music.
All right, Colin Reed, Executive Chairman of Ryman. Thank you so much for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you very much, Ashley.